Watch me spend $9,571.60.
My tax refund was $4,662.
We're not going to be financially responsible with our tax refund, if I'm being completely honest.
So at the time of uploading this video, we are at the end of tax season. Some people are getting their returns, some people are having to pay, and we're going to be going over both in this video, but largely the people who did get their returns and then immediately spent it on trips and materialistic items instead of necessities for their families, didn't want to pay off their debts or bills, just immediately booked another cruise. As much as I upload these videos to help people realize how much of a bad decision this is in your life, I guess you really can't save everyone. So we're going to go over a lot of examples in this video along with some of your comments from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave it in the comments down below. But before we start, I do want to say I've been getting some screenshots from you guys that there are bots in my comment sections. I don't know about other YouTubers' comment sections, faking that they're me. Here's a WhatsApp comment with a phone number for something lucrative. That's what it says. If you find any of these like that, please report them and block them. Obviously, it's not going to be me, so it's some sort of scam they're trying to run. Just wanted to give people a heads up, but we'll start off with this clip.
My tax refund was $4,662. And if you're nosy like me, I always want to know what people spend their tax refund on. So my first charge was $1,729 on an Airbnb up in Maine for my sister when she comes to visit. We're also staying at this really nice hotel in Boston. It was $787. I put $1,000 into her savings account. I spent $145 on summer shorts. I got 3 pairs. I really needed them, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get me a little something. I put $800 into my stocks. Then I have $201 left over, so I'm probably just gonna get her stuff she needs. And that completes my $4,662 tax refund. In 1 second, gone in 2 seconds, y'all. So there you go, you nosy people.
So she knows that it just instantly disappeared when more than half of it was gone because of a hotel stay and an Airbnb stay. She's not going to teleport to either one of those places, so that's an add-on price. Any of the food, whatever else she does, I don't think she's going to stay in the Airbnb for 24 hours a day until she goes back home. But those were the first 2 things paid for before putting money into stocks and her kid's savings account. Especially in today's climate, 2025, when everybody knows that we are not looking good right now. Probably the worst everybody's felt. And more than half of that return just disappeared. I know you could do whatever you want with your money, but especially having a child and how rocky it seems to be right now, I would have probably saved a lot more, or at least got a cheaper rooms for the hotel and Airbnb. Couple $1,000? Just seems crazy to me. But here's another one, an influencer vlog, which, oh man. Let's spend the day together. My tax refund in parentheses. So all of this is from the money she got back.
Hi, my beauties. Let's spend the day together. First, we're gonna go get breakfast at Waffle House. Those egg prices are getting everybody, but I ordered us a waffle. I'm gonna put a lot of syrup on there, just how you like it. After we finish eating, this is just a friendly reminder to reapply our lip combo. Now that our bellies are full, let's go do some retail shopping. I was trying on everything at the mall, but nothing was screaming my name. I don't know, I just felt kinda off. But then I realized in this moment that I hadn't had any caffeine. So I managed to battle the Kansas winds to go get me some Dutch Bros. What is your favorite drink from Dutch Bros? I got the brownie batter. It was okay, but not my favorite. Now that we are caffeinated, let's do some more shopping, and it wouldn't be a shopping trip if I didn't go visit Ulta.
I made it through more than I thought I would, but I'm not watching this whole thing. You could like and watch whatever type of content. I just can't really do these vlogs. But I guess the first thought process when they got their tax returns was to instantly make a video talking about spending tons of it, going out to the mall, going out to stores, and just draining the bank account back to zero. I don't know. I feel like I'm just as worried as everybody else with the economy right now, but some people just clearly don't think that way.
We're getting a tax refund of $3,529. I'm just going to keep it 100 and be so for real. We're not going to be financially responsible with our tax refund, if I'm being completely honest. We should pay off our debt with our tax refund, but we're not. $800 is being allocated to Gabriel's plane ticket, which we need to buy as soon as possible. Then we are allocating $1,000 to Disney. Robert and I's Christmas gift to my parents is a Disney trip, and then my brother as well. So $1,000 for Disneyland tickets. We're going to use $400 to pay our part in the Airbnb. From that, we are allocating another $1,000 to Disney, and that is Robert's and I like spending money, like $500 each per se, but really it's $1,000 to go shopping in Disney. That leaves us with $329 left. That's either going to go to like a restock at Sam's Club, you know, diapers, drinks, groceries, stuff like that. Ideally, I would love to buy the accessories to the stroller that I need, like the tray. But honestly, I should probably go to our debt, but I don't know yet, so we'll see where that money goes.
So $3,500 comes in, and less than 10% of that is going to necessities for your baby. They'll get food restocks and diapers with the leftover money, but thank God I get to go to Disneyland. Like, are you kidding me? Let alone all the debt that they have. I don't even know how much, but clearly it's enough for them to say, you know what, we're not going to pay off the debt. We're going to have fun. But all the necessities for our baby, including food for the whole family, you know, that's on the back burner. Thank God I get to see Mickey again. Like, is there something in the water? I've never been there, but just on screen right now, there are countless videos doing this exact same thing. This is what my tax return is going to, and it's just a picture of Disneyland or Mickey or anything, just constant shopping, which is clearly not cheap on top of just getting to Disney World. She also said that they were spending $1,000 on top of everything just to go shopping there. I don't know. It must be like a drug. I just really don't understand it. So when you see those clips on TikTok, even with the economy hurting during Christmas time, really every single day of the year, Disney parks are absolutely packed. You have to waddle around and dodge people left and right. This is how the Disney company is still raking in cash. It is unbelievable. We have a comment from one of you guys. I'm amazed at how much Americans have changed their view on debt. People care more about what other people think than the future of their family. Instead of cutting back, downsizing a house, driving older cars, or cutting back on eating out, they continue with the lifestyles just to go further and further into debt. Perfect example is the last clip. Guarantee there's going to be a photo shoot level of pictures online for that family of kids going to Disney World, probably not the first time as well. Here's the whole family in front of the castle and on the rides, and here's Mickey and Goofy and blah, blah, blah. Just so they could get 50 likes on Facebook and Instagram from acquaintances and extended family. And they will go further and further into debt because no restocks of food, no diapers, nothing. I know it sounds mean, but like I said in the beginning of the video, you just can't help some people, I guess.
Okay, so the only thing worse than being broke all the time is getting a little money in your pocket, saying you're going to do the right thing, not doing the right thing at all, and then being broke again. That's called the feast or famine syndrome. You either have a whole lot of money or you have no money at all. And it keeps happening over and over and over again in cycles. It keeps happening when you get your tax refund. It keeps happening when you get that bonus. It keeps happening if you got that insurance payout. It keeps happening when you get that stimulus check. Yeah, that's right. I've been there, done it all.
That is the exact mentality for so many people right now, I guess. It's really scary because times are very uncertain right now, so having some sort of reserve, whether it's food or money, just in case for the future is more important now more than ever. But people are just draining the bank account once a year for the tax return that they possibly get. I do want to switch it up a little bit so we're not just angry throughout this entire video, but we have a comment from one of you guys. Entire tax return went towards medical bills, bad accident in November. Forget about eating out and vacations. So there are definitely people who are taking that money and using it wisely, not just wasting it on stupid crap like Chanel bags or anything designer, wasteful items. Here's a clip of almost $10,000 of a tax return disappearing, all from necessities.
Watch me spend $9,571.60. That was our tax return for 2024. The transmission blew on my car last week, so $4,200 is gone. Then we had a leftover balance on our credit card, so it was $2,159. That brings my total to $3,212. I have $919 left for my semester of grad school, so I just paid that off. That brought my total to $2,093. We had an outstanding medical bill for a diagnostic test my daughter needed, and that was $904, which leaves us with $1,389. We put $1,000 in savings for, just just in case fund. And that leaves us with $389.
So that almost $10,000, the only savings that they really have is an extra $1,000. And spending it all on things that they really need. I mean, transmission going, you obviously need transportation, any of the other bills, same thing with school. So $9,500 goes down to about $300. It's pretty rough. Here's a clip talking about something that I think people don't realize at the end of the day. They think that it's just free money, so that's why it's okay to blow it all.
If you're getting a tax return, you can do whatever you want with it because it's your money. But that's literally what it is. It's always been your money. It just means that you overpaid the government and you let them borrow your money all year interest free. And now they're just giving it back to you. So again, you can do whatever you want with it. But the worst thing you can do is treat it like it's free money. Because it's not. I'm pretty sure that if you would have received that money in your paycheck throughout the year, you would not be blowing it up like I see people blowing it up. I'm just saying, if you've got debt, pay off your debt. If you've got other goals, like put it towards your goals. Don't just let it go down the drain like that because it's been your money.
Even though that's pretty straightforward in my mind, we always see clips like this.
In 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm about to spend all of my money.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? We have another clip here that brings in a much more messy situation from the government. With any of the fraud videos I've talked about, clearly they're not on top of their books. But at the end of the day, we're the ones who are getting punished for it. When the IRS lost your tax return 4 years ago and blamed you and tells you to pay them $20,000 for 3 years and you refused, but then they found the return and somehow after taking all of my taxes for 3 years and now they're sending me a check with what they stole from me. Some of the comments from this video, they better send it with interest. They're real quick to charge us interest when we owe them money. And you know, it's not a fair system at all. They're going to do whatever they want. So even with terrible situations like this, you really can't win. I mean, still at least getting her money back and not owing $20,000 because of their mistake is still obviously a good thing, but a massive headache.
Hey fellas, when you get that tax refund, if you get one, right, say it's like 2 bands, take your girl on a vacation. I feel like too many times on social media, we talk about flying women out and getting flown out. Women talk about getting flown out and shit. That nobody ever talks about them deep committed relationships and going on vacations.
I don't know. I guess I really never thought about it and not going on social media as much as you'd probably think. Is that the primary thought process with so many people when they get their returns is just instantly go on vacation? I mean, I guess so, because you see comments like this, already bought a cruise March 2nd to 7th. Here we have another comment from one of you guys from an older video. We took a family vacation to Thailand last summer for 2 months. Total cost of about $10,000, which included all of our airfare, but we paid for $7,000 with our tax refund. The rest we paid for with cash. It was a great vacation. You know, they went to other places. If you can't pay cash, don't take the trip, which I do agree with. Of course, don't put all of it on a credit card. But then some of the replies you could see, $7,000 tax return is ridiculous. Talking about how unfair it is like before, normal people compared to what the government can do. Another comment, not only did you overpay your taxes, but you still wiped out $10,000 that could have gone to your savings and generational wealth. I know that's a big buzzword now. Anybody would love a free $10,000, but I don't know if $10,000 is going to completely change your entire family's wealth forever. So I'm kind of iffy on that comment. However, the original poster replied to that saying, well, yeah, but you only live once. He actually said YOLO unironically. So I mean, like I said before, you could do whatever you want with your money. You could go and take that vacation if you want. I just see an increasing amount of people all over social media complaining about the cost of living, justifiably so. How difficult it is to survive right now, and an extra $10,000 would be pretty great for anybody now. Here we could switch over to some of the rage bait videos. You probably know who this is.
I did my taxes yesterday. My tax refund I was getting back, it was a little over $21,000. I owe over $50,000 to the state of Michigan for back food stamps that I received that I wasn't supposed to get. Okay, it wasn't my fault. They were put on my card, so yes, I used them. The state is forcing me to pay back the last 12 months of food stamps that I have received for overpayment. My tax refund, the whole thing was taken.
So this person is basically guaranteed to be rage bait because if you watch a whole bunch of her videos, her story changes every other week. She's got different cars and vehicles and scams all the time. So most likely this is just for attention online, but from all of the other fraud videos that I've made, this kind of stuff is legitimately happening to people. So any of the welfare fraud, the PPP loans, unemployment fraud, they're allowed to take your tax returns that you could possibly be banking on to survive the rest of the year or go on another Disney cruise. Even if you committed fraud back in 2020 or 2021, you thought you got away with it, there's a paper trail somewhere and they are going to get their money. Another comment from one of you guys: love these people that commit fraud and then act all surprised when you have a warrant or they take your tax return. Up next, we have a skit for one of these tax returns, but I've seen legitimate videos where this is seriously the conversation people have.
Hey, what's up, my queen? Looks like Christmas came early. Too bad you were at work when the taxes hit. Man, I didn't go overboard. I just got a little couple things. I had to spoil myself a little bit. I don't understand, what's the problem? Why are you being so dramatic? You get paid at your job every single week. You basically get taxes every week. I don't have a job. This is the only time of the year I get to spoil myself, okay? I think it's only fair. I don't have a job, so I don't ever get any money for myself. Every week you're out there buying yourself Starbucks, tampons, shampoo, conditioner, all this shit, and I don't complain. So once a year, I like to spoil myself. Maybe you should be a little bit more grateful for how good I treat you. I'm your king and you're my queen. I don't get why you're being so dramatic. What are we going to use that money for, bills? You have a job that pays the bills. Saving money is for the poor. You got to reinvest your money. That's how you get assets and LLCs and all that other.
I think it makes it funnier because almost all of us have somebody in our family or maybe just an acquaintance in life that are legitimately like this, and then they complain nonstop about how they can't get ahead. At least I'm hoping the people who watch my videos are not in that state of mind.
Don't know who need to hear this, but if you get your tax refund and you're doing TikTok videos showing your cash, running around happy, excited, throwing your money around, then it appears that you're going to blow it. Because anybody who's in their right mind would have left the money in the bank account and invest and start their own business. That's what you call a plan. So you got to have a plan before you actually receive the funds. So stop running around showing your money on TikTok, because it appears you never had no money at all. You're going to blow it, you're going to be broke tomorrow. Stay true.
But that little bit of attention and clout that they'll get online because they bought that Louis Vuitton bag or the Oculus Rift and the giant TV that they get to show off like the skit in the last clip is a borderline drug in today's world, and I guess gives that glimmer of hope that maybe I could be one of those super famous influencers that make millions and millions of dollars every month, and then I'll never have any problems and I'll buy a big old mansion, a Lamborghini, and life will be great. I'll live in LA in the Beverly Hills. But that is such a small portion of the population of the world that it's virtually impossible for you to become one of them. But that's exactly what the algorithm likes and shows to everybody on all social media platforms. So you think it's way more common than it actually is. You try to live that lifestyle with the little money that you have, you never end up going anywhere, and then you're broke. I guess the cycle will continue every single year when you do get tax returns, and it ends up being a really sad life in my opinion.
How did I spend my tax refund as a single mom of 4? I never spent money until it was deposited into my account. Number 1, cash on hand only. Number 2, I utilized all of my tax breaks that I was eligible for through my job. And number 3, once I received the money in hand, I divided it over 12 months so that I received a monthly additional payment on top of my regular income. Who can use an extra $200 a month that they were not expecting? The other thing I did was I added $10, $20, $30 onto my utility bills, my light, my water, my gas. You can see in my other one how much I was able to save over the course of years. Yes, it does take time, but we're going to live forever. Birthdays are coming, holidays are coming. Utilize that money every single month on top of your regular income. And if you don't use it, save it. You don't have to spend it. It is okay to save.
So this is a great plan, but do you know how rare this is to find online? It's so much easier to see people blow thousands of dollars on trips or random material goods. This kind of stuff doesn't hit the algorithm. Good choices, it's not a train wreck. It's a slow way of making more money. I want my fast money. I want everything instantly. I don't want to divide up my return for 12 months and then slowly be a little bit better off each time. Everything needs to be right now, and then you just end up losing. Another comment from one of you guys with the credit card debt: 13 $15,000 in credit card debt, $12,000 in loans. Credit card debt will be cleared when I get my tax return. So there are many people making smart decisions, so they're not getting hit with the almost 30% interest rate on a lot of cards now. Being able to clear that off with the returns, and especially with the prices of groceries and the high cost of living, you can see people are doing restocks, necessities, food items at big bulk stores, but that doesn't mean that it's cheap either.
Yeah, I just got my income tax money, not even 24 hours, and I am at Sam's Club living my best life. Like, I am so excited to get all the things that we've been wanting and needing. And listen, let me show you what's in my cart. I'm not even buying things. All right, how much? How much? What we thinking? I am thinking 300. Oh, it was way more than 300.
So even at one of the cheaper bulk stores like Sam's Club and Costco, thinking that was $300, it was almost $500 at the end of the day. Grocery prices are really getting rough, but we're going to end off this video on the flip side. A lot of people are getting their returns and doing various different things, but there are some people who end up owing money and they didn't even know it was coming.
I need to come on here and vent about taxes because I literally owe $3,400. What? It was kind of funny because when I was checking out of H&R Block and they were like, okay, like your repayment plan, and I was like, what the heck are you talking about? I looked up negative $3,400. I nearly died. I'm dead. That's it, I'm dead. But the thing that I really question is that I get bonuses. And for those of you who don't get bonuses, it's a separate check. And they take out, when you get a bonus, like just know about 40-ish% of it is going bye-bye. So, and that's going to taxes. Didn't I already pay these taxes? I paid like so much money in taxes this year, but do they not count that? Like, I'm really confused.
So if you do work in a corporate setting, the normal 9 to 5, yearly bonuses near Christmas time could be the norm for some. So you could get that extra check with a good chunk of change. However, some people don't realize that you're also going to be taxed on that very heavily. So much so that you could owe the government thousands of dollars like this. Some of the comments from this video, so many of us owe this year and we never owed before. It's so infuriating because we're all just barely scraping by in this economy. I owe $13,000. Where do they think this money will come from? Last year I made $41,000, got a refund of $2,000. This year I'm working part-time, made $21,000 and owe $1,500. Very, very rough situation, but that's all I got for you guys in this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.